Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I had a whole litany of things I was going to talk about, but since he strolled in so very casually, and we appreciate his presence right here at V103 in Atlanta, I would like to introduce none other than Katt Williams. What up, Katt? How are you, sir?
With so much drama and comedy, it's kind of hard being K-A-double-T, but somehow, some way, I keep coming up with funny-ass stuff like every single day. May I kick a little for TMZ and make a few ends as I breeze
through?
And the party's still jumping and my mama ain't home. I got Tigger in the living room getting it on, and we ain't leaving till
6 in the morning.
So what you want to do?
All right. We can't do that part. What up, Red Grand Soul through the building, too? What up, Red?
Ladies and gentlemen, Red Grand.
Hey.
The hilarious one.
So, let's see. Let's back up a couple days. Tuesday morning, I was asleep in Orlando. I was down there doing some stuff with my grandparents, trying to get them right. My phone's like
a real man. Did y'all hear that, man out there? The man said he spent the weekend tending to his grandparents.
I took Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off.
And what you did was spent the weekend lying to 3 of your side girls. Grown man status.
My phone starts going crazy. Like, yo, first it was 2 emails, 2 DMs, and a text.
You thought it was going down, right? Like, my Tinder is...
Can you play that little clip right there? This is my favorite part of it, by the way. There's a video posted, 2 videos. One is about me. Let's listen to the end part.
Oh, no.
This is funny.
I hate watching myself.
Go ahead, play it.
And if you want to be a bouncing tiger, you just heard from Bouncer. Now I'm getting on my private jet, and I'm going to court. But when I come back, I'm coming right back to the A. Katt Williams out.
It was just so far from the actual occurrence that it was bothersome, and I made a mistake, and so I wanted to be as egregious as I was when I came at you. I wanted to be as egregious when I came to deliver my apology for that.
Thank you, sir.
And not to overstep, but I also owe a humongous apology to Kevin Hart, and so I wanted you to be the person that got that as well. It doesn't matter how accurate you are. Even Steph Curry on occasion misses a shot. Mm-hmm. Now, he would be delusional if he acted like we didn't just see that he had an air ball, or we didn't just see that he,
made a mistake,
that he shot a brick.
Right.
He would be stupid if he went, no, that went in. No, Steph, it didn't go in. Yeah, all of them go in. No, Steph, all of them don't go in.
Okay.
So I should have, this is what happened. Atlanta means so much to me because of the years prior to Pimp Chronicles and the years after Pimp Chronicles, and how consistent Atlanta has been with their love for me, to the point that people often think I'm from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So when I did the show at Phillips, I kind of lost myself, and I didn't do my stand-up performance. I actually did an hour of talking to Atlanta because I love Atlanta, and I made a lot of mistakes and said a lot of things that just be in Katt Williams' head, but I was not talking to the world. I was talking to the city of Atlanta.
Got you.
And I should have never mentioned Kevin Hart's name. That is the reigning king of comedy if you ask for popular consensus. So now the fact that he's a black man like me, and the fact that I attacked him with such vitriol at a time when our country is already divided in every way it could be divided, racially, politically, economically, socially, religiously. Like, the fact that I, while being on stage pretending to be higher than that, would then stoop down to the same level and try to embarrass Kevin Hart in front of his children and loved ones after all the hard work he's done since the year 2002 is just regrettable on my part. So I humbly apologize to not only Kevin Hart, but Heartbeat Productions, the Plastic Cup Boys, and anybody associated with Kevin Hart. That was a mistake on my part, because I don't love Kevin. I love Tori. Tori's a friend of mine. Okay. So I might have, it doesn't matter. I don't need an excuse. I'm sorry for having mentioned Kevin's name at all. Having said that, I didn't make a total mistake. I meant to cut the snake, but I meant to cut the head of the snake. So my special will no longer be in Philly. It'll be in New York at the Barclays, where I cut off the head of Chris Rock. Step and Fetch It, Coon #1.
Wait.
My special will be called Smaller and Brighter. like bigger and blacker. And I'll deal with Chris Rock there in New
What's
York.
the problem with Chris Rock now?
I'll acknowledge that when I get to it.
Okay.
I've already made enough missteps, and I just got done doing back-to-back apologies for the first
That
time
was
in my life.
amazing.
So that's what it is. So, okay, we got that. And on to the next, sir.
I have never seen a comedian or seen somebody apologizing for what he did and said to that person in front of the person, and at the same time starting another argument, another battle with another person. Katt Williams is very, very interesting, man. He's one of the most interesting comedians I have ever watched or even seen. Oh my goodness, he just apologized to Kevin Hart and also apologized to the guy next to him. Why? And at the same time, he's bashing on Chris Rock again at the same time. I'm like, what? And that bashing on him, you will have to go and deal with him in New York, as I said. Like, what? Chris Rock is this comedian where people just say a lot of things about him and do a lot of stuff to him. And they say a lot of things to him and they do a lot of stuff to him. Like, you see what happened between Will Smith and him, and also Katt Williams too. Like, I don't know if it's the way he looks, and people feel like the way he looks, his stature and his structure, he might be weak. But no, strength of a person is not in the physical looks or physical aspect of the person. Right, the strength in the person lies beyond that, and it is usually secretive in such a way that you can't really tell somebody's strength. Like, for example, Samson. You couldn't tell Samson's strength. And Chris Rock, you can't tell Chris Rock's strength. Some people feel that people that are more muscular, that are bigger, are more stronger, but no, it is not so. You can come across somebody that is slim, that is skinny, but he is more tougher and more stronger than somebody that is more muscular. So the strength of a person doesn't really lie in how the person looks. It is a good thing he apologized to the guy, but it's also very funny whereby after apologizing, he starts another issue, another argument again, another beef again with another person. And I'm like, what? That is interesting. Let's continue to listen to what he has to say after his apologies.
Some credit, when I talked to you Tuesday, he said, Tig, okay, you say you didn't say it. I believe you. I got to go to court, but I'll be back. He said, if you want to do an interview or whatever, I got you. So I texted, yesterday, and I wasn't sure if you were on the plane or not today. I was literally about to say, so where might Katt be? And they was like, he in the lobby. And I was like, so I appreciate you, and I thank you for you making 2 apologies at one time, because that's not normal.
Yeah. I know I don't even have to do that. I have to do it in 2 places. So I go directly from here to CNN. So
Really?
you and Don Lemon.
Okay, I'll take that. I will take the current state of comedy, up and down. What do you see the future of comedy?
It's magnificent. Better than it's ever been. Are you kidding? In the hands of Hannibal Buress and Gerard Carmichael and the like. I mean, with Key and Peele out there burning up the waves.
I'm so not talking to you right now.
Wild 'N Out is bursting a path, are they not? I think we're fine. We're in good hands. I think DC Young Flying will lead us in the appropriate direction. Shout out to another Atlantan.
Shout out to
you.
Yeah. No, comedy is like hip hop. It's forever changing, and even if you ever say that the change is not good, you're just old. The change is always good, for change is always good. Change doesn't know how to be not good. That's the only portion of evolution that is truly real.
Red, again, I've known you to be funny.
They always say one of the ways you can know if somebody is truly a comedian is when they make people laugh, irrespective of a stand-up comedy show. You see the way Katt Williams answer questions in a very, very smart and a brilliant way, and stir up laughter among the people. That's how you get to know. That is how you get to know someone is a real comedian, knows how to make people laugh. Not just in a comedy setting, but just in a regular setting in general. See him being interviewed, right? And just imagine how many times he has made the host laugh, and also the guy that came with him. That shows that he is a very, 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 very funny guy. You see the way he answered the question about the future state of comedy. I believe the future state of comedy is always evolving, right? Things are changing, nothing is stagnant, nothing is the same. So it evolves over time because, and with the rise of AI, a lot of comedians can get their jokes, can use AI to write their jokes for them. So things are really evolving.
Story.
Apparent something with some rappers or something, and you heard an accident, and you came down by the hotel to see it.
This is already confusing. Sir.
You came to see what was happening.
Sir, let's not hear your confusing story.
What a time to
Let's hear the truth and watch how crisp and clean it is in 30 seconds.
Bow.
Me and a group had just pulled into the front of a hotel.
Okay.
We had just got our bags out and we're getting ready to check in, but we hadn't gotten the bags in yet. We had already pre-checked in. We just needed to go in and announce our arrival. As we were standing there, we heard a loud collision, bang, and it was clearly close. It was clearly vehicles, and it was clearly really bad just from the sound of it.
Right.
So I took off running around the corner and ran to the intersection to the two cars, and it was two gentlemen in the cars. Both of them had the fumes in their face from the airbags, and so I got the Caucasian gentleman out by his waist, got him over to the corner, got him over there, made sure that his eyes were working, and laid him against the wall. Went back and got the Asian gentleman, got him over to the corner, bam. Okay, now we're trying to, then I get all of the outside bumper stuff that's, in the street, because it's LA, so I grab that stuff over to the corner. Now after that, I put both cars in neutral, because we got to try to get these cars out the intersection. These guys are both stunned and just were in an automobile accident.
Right.
While I'm doing all of this, there's a voice that I keep hearing heckling me off on the sidewalk. And I'm trying to figure out, why am I doing this? And whoever this person is, they're not over here helping me.
They heckling.
So after about 8 minutes of this person heckling me, I go over to him and I go, excuse me, as a black person, I would have expected you to come over here and help me, helping a white guy and an Asian guy who was in an accident in the middle of an intersection in Los Angeles.
Right.
And he said, expletive.
Okay.
There's no more of that story, sir.
It stops there.
No, it stops here.
Yeah, your hand is swollen.
That's what it is, though.
And anything else you'd like to add to the story?
That was the end of it.
Okay. Swollen hand.
I didn't say anything about that. I said that was the end of the story.
OMG. Well,
now later, these turned out to be tough rappers who were calling the police and waiting for the 35 minutes for the police to arrive, and then pointing out all the girls in their entourage and identifying people, and then went to the police station and filed a report. But I'm sure Future doesn't condone free bands acting like that. Another Atlantan, yes? Boom, boom, boom!
I've never seen somebody answering a question like the way describing a story the way Katt Williams described a story. They asked him what happened. He just started describing the story and ended halfly. It's like telling someone that, hey man, I want to go to Florida. No, hey man, I've been to Florida before. The person is like, hey, tell me, how was your experience on your journey to Florida? It was pretty interesting. I started from New York, where I live, and I took a flight from New York, and we stopped in Atlanta. In Atlanta, I bought pizzas and Chipotle, and I ate, and that is where it ended. People were like, what? I mean, your story is not complete. It's like, yeah. Even though it's not complete, but that is where it ended. Then you'd be like, no, man. That is not where it should end. It should go way beyond that. No, it just shows you how Another way that you could see how funny of a guy, um, Katt Williams is, he's a pretty funny comedian, born funny, knows how to make people laugh from head to toe. Anytime you wake him up, he knows how to stir your buttons, how to put smiles and laughter on your face. And that shows you who he is as an entertainer and as a comedian. You know, throughout the whole interview, the host was just like laughing and laughing. Even the guy that he came with, they were just laughing and laughing like crazy. That's to tell you that he's pretty good at his craft.